Hey you guys, I'm Iteshamarie. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, make sure you click on that like button. Make sure you click on that subscribe button before you keep watching. So as you guys can see by the title down below, today we are going to be reviewing the new ABH concealer. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. I have two shades for us to review right here. I have it on right now. Of course, I'm going to go through the packaging with you guys. I am going to apply it. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on it. So if you're interested in seeing what I think of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills concealers, then make sure you keep watching. So the shades that I picked up were 16 and 19. These are the shades 16 and 19. This one is 16. This one is 19. You can see this one's a little bit lighter. This one's a little bit darker. So the claims that this concealer makes is it's a medium to full coverage blurring concealer that blends smoothly without creasing. I do like for my under eyes to look blurred. If this is gonna get me looking blurred with just the concealer before the powder, I don't know, we'll see. Let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna use the shade 19 first, and I'm gonna show you guys how the applicator looks. So to me, it looks like your typical concealer applicator. I am noticing that the tip of it does like curve outward slightly. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply under my eyes, and let's just go ahead and get into it, girl. So I'm gonna start out. Okay, so I am noticing now that I am applying it that, I don't know, it has a little bit more of a point. Now that it's on my skin, I know that this shade was supposed to be more of a golden undertone, I believe. And it's looking a little bit peachy under my eye. I mean, it still looks golden, but it's also giving me a little bit of a peachy tone. The applicator does feel nice and sturdy. All right, and I'm actually going to go above my lip. Also, I want to mention that everything that I have on my face right now is from me just pulling it out of the tube once. I have not dipped back in it yet. I just did, but I just got the little bit that was on the lip. Now that I have the concealer on my face, like I was telling you guys, the undertone does look very golden and a little bit peachy. I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit, and then I am gonna come back when I'm ready to blend it in. I let this dry down for about like 2 to 3 minutes. That's long enough. I don't feel like waiting any longer than that. And to blend this out, I am just going to use my Juno blender. I'm gonna start right under my eye. What I'm gonna do now is go in with the lighter shade before I tell you guys what I think about the concealer so far, because I have already gathered some thoughts. I'm gonna finish blending this in. I'm gonna do the rest of my face. I'm gonna sit with it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna tell you guys my thoughts on this concealer. All right, you guys, so I am back. I have the rest of my face on. I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. First, I'm gonna start with the applicator. I really did enjoy the applicator. Like I was telling you guys as I was applying it, the main thing that really stood out to me is just how sturdy it felt. Like, you know how sometimes when you have a concealer and you're putting it in and out of the tube, it kind of feels like a little bit flimsy, like it's gonna break. The applicator didn't really look that much different from other applicators as far as the shape goes, but I noticed that as I was applying it, that it felt a little bit more pointy. So if I wanted to be more precise with it, like getting it in my inner corners here, and especially when I was applying it down the center of my nose, it seemed like it was a lot easier to navigate those areas. As far as how the concealer looks, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys, I really love this I keep wanting to call it foundation. I really love this concealer. So one of the things that I like about it is just how buttery it is. Like when I tell you guys this blends like butter, it blends like butter. Like, it blended out so effortlessly. It wasn't patchy at all. It wasn't lifting off of my foundation. It stayed in place, but it was able to easily blend out. Another thing that I noticed is that once I only had one coat of it on, it seemed like it was pretty much full coverage. Like, I know it says that it's medium to full coverage, but to me, it seemed like full coverage. Like, it was covering what I needed it to cover. But then when I went on top of it with the lighter shade, girl, at that point, it was literally covering all of my sins. My face looked snatched, absolutely snatched. Now, I was afraid that the lighter shade was gonna be a little bit too light, but as you can see, it doesn't look too light. Like, to me, it's the perfect highlight. So the finish of it, before using my setting powder, the finish of it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So it's not a matte finish. I honestly don't remember what the website says the finish is supposed to be, but when I was looking at it on my skin, it looked like a very radiant finish. It does not feel dry under my eyes at all. And I also noticed that once I applied it and blended it out, like even before I blended it out, it didn't feel like anything on my face. And as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't feel like I would expect a full coverage concealer to feel like, you know? And girl, it looks good. I can honestly say that before I set it, it definitely did what it claimed to do with the blurring situation. It did look very blurred before I even set it with the powder. To me, the only thing that the powder really did was mattify it. Now, on days when I don't want to look so matte, I may try to wear this by itself without setting it, or maybe I'll lightly set it because the finish of it is really, really pretty. And as far as creasing goes, so I do have a little bit of under eye creasing. So, I mean, there's not gonna be anything that is just not gonna crease on me because I have those lines. So makeup is gonna settle into them. But I can say from looking at it, it didn't settle into it like a ton. It still looks good. Would I recommend this concealer? Absolutely. It's a beautiful concealer. And I don't know, I was expecting it to be good, but not this good. So I can't wait to use it a few more times to like really get a feel for it, maybe wear it a little bit longer, and you know, just see how it works. So far, girl, it looks flawless. It does, it looks flawless. So yeah, that's it for my review. If you guys picked up the ABH Magic Touch Concealer, please let me know down in the comments and let me know what you thought about it. That's it, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have your post notifications turned on. Give this video a like and share it if you want to. So that's it for me. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.